I got a quick video for you guys today. It's on the OM606. I just got asked on how to actually do the EGR delete, so I'm going to go ahead and show you just a basic, like I said, a quick video on how to do this real fast. I have the EGR here right now, so I'm not going to go through the whole engine and show it like, you know, with it pulled apart, but I am going to show you exactly step by step what you're going to need to do. One thing about the EGR, so there's only a couple bolts to get to it, okay? So one, just so you can get an idea of where this bolt is, because it took me a while to find it myself, is at the bottom of the EGR, so you have to be under the car to get this. It's actually right here. So there'll be one bolt that connects it onto that pipe that goes down from the intake. So you'll have that one bolt on the bottom here, and I'm gonna go ahead and cut the video real fast and show you guys where the other bolts and everything are, so you can go ahead and get that taken off. Okay guys, so one thing, like I said, you'll have to get that one bolt underneath the EGR. So the first step that I would do before doing all that is, one, you're gonna have to take off the intake manifold. So you will have to take off all these bolts. Now, once you got those all taken off, this one's gonna be a little rough, but if you can get a feel for it and maybe get a small ratchet about this big, you should be able to get it. So what you'll have to do is stick your arm all the way underneath here, and all the way underneath here. If you look straight through here, it's kind of hard with the camera, but you'll be able to see with your own eyes, so you can see my fingers here. There's actually a little EGR pipe that goes all the way to the side here, right? So right underneath, right where that EGR is, that EGR connects to a little pipe. I'll show you where. So it connects to right here on the EGR. So there's a little pipe, little clamp right there that just has one bolt. It is a 10 millimeter, I believe, 10 millimeter bolt that you'll have to take that off. So once you take that off from the side I just shown you, you have the intake manifold off, and you'll take the one bolt from the very bottom of the actual EGR that I showed you, where that's at. That is it. This intake manifold should come right off, and you should be able to get access to the EGR. Now from the bottom, the EGR will be connected to the intake manifold. You'll have these 4 bolts here that you'll have to take off. It's super simple once you actually have the intake manifold off. You'll have that taken off. Now how I did it, and what you're wondering as well, okay, so what do I do now? All right, so you'll have to take this off. It's just your window washer fluid. So you'll take this out. I have it just in place for right now, but you can take it out, slide it to the side. Just be careful with it, or it'll start leaking like mine did. But what you want to do is, you'll have plenty of room to slide your hand right underneath there. And look, there's my EGR delete right here. It's kind of hard to see with the sunlight, but that might give a, yeah, there we go. So like I said, there's only one hose on this delete, and that's going to go to your actual map sensor. I'll show that here in a second. Let's see, I just put my clamps in a really good spot to where I can tighten them really easy. And you'll have to be careful with this clamp right here, because there is a piece to that metal, and you'll have to make sure that it's actually on the pipe. So it's about a couple, maybe not even an inch, half an inch, that you'll have to put this one down and tighten. This one's super simple. I did this one first, and then when I put the intake down, that's when I tightened this one. So I tightened it a little bit so it didn't fall all the way down. Then you have to be playing around with that. But yeah, like I said, it's very, very, very simple. You'll just connect these two, hook your vacuum line back, and this is my camera making this noise. And I'm gonna go back to regular camera. So this is where your map sensor is, right here. It's kind of hard to see it, but see, I have mine connected to my actual boost gauge here. I have the boost gauge set up and everything just through my window. It's not super fancy right now. I just got a T connector here from Lowe's for like $5. This already comes with the boost gauge kit, this little brass fitting. I did glue both ends, so that way there's no air going through it, so you can get a good reading. And you'll just connect that map sensor hose to here. This hose is the one that goes into the EGR, like you just seen. So that would be your normal where your hoses go. Now, probably wondering, well, what about the other hose? Like I said, there's a blue cap here that I just capped off where that old hose used to be. So it's a little vacuum cap I got on there. That's all you need. You can get that from AutoZone as well. But yeah, like I said, this is just a quick video on how to do this. Let me know what other videos you'd like me to do, and I'll get back with you guys. One thing I did forget to mention is, so obviously all that put in, your actual EGR delete kit will be put on, and I got one more thing I got to show you that you will need to do so it's done properly, and what I've done, and that way you don't have just exhaust gases leaking, you don't have a leak. So, and another thing, the Sean Stracey ECU stage 2 actually in the tune deletes EGR. So like I said, if your EGR is perfectly fine, do not touch it. That's just, it's pointless. But if it is acting weird with the build, that's what it's going to be. It's going to be that EGR, and you'll have to delete it physically. So let me go ahead and cut the video, show you the last step that you will need to do, and that's it. Okay, so like I said, there is an EGR pipe that wraps around all the way around the block, the one that you had to take off on the clamp. So right here, you'll just unclamp this clamp right here, and there's a little delete plate. It's gonna be hard to show you guys, but it's a little circle. Here, I'll try to get it in there and show you guys. Might not be able to see it, but it's just a little circle delete for the delete of this connection here. So you'll just clamp this up, and you will no longer have it just flowing out from this exhaust manifold anymore and going just randomly out. So you want to make sure that's closed if you're going to physically delete this.